on.
Hey, welcome to sunny Stockholm. It's time for Sundbyberg baseball. I'm Jim Gage. I'll be leading the play-by-play today in a doubleheader between the visiting Leksand Lumberjacks and the league-leading Sundbyberg Heat.
And I'm Axel Gage. I'll be joining along for a little bit here. Axel's
here today as an expert color commentator.
We'll see about that.
Yeah, we're getting big here. Axel's got a different view on the game than I have, so I thought it'd be fun to have, someone to banter with a little bit about baseball and try and keep things exciting. It's a little bit more than having just one camera on the field like we have at this point. We'll try to make it a fun day. Also up here, Johan Sällström, player, pitcher, friend, protege, student. He's also in charge of all the cameras and microphones and things. Johan has been the one who has gotten all this
So if you got complaints in the chat, leave them from Johan and not from me or Jim. Thank you very much.
Exactly. Here's our starting lineups. We have Sundbyberg taking the field, so let's get going. Baseball, huh? Leading off for Sundbyberg and playing center field is Victor Kroneld. Playing first base, Niklas Melin. Left fielder, Leonard Bäckström, batting third. Cleanup hitter is designated hitter, Philip Geisler. At third base, Yanier Ramirez. Catcher today, Tim Bekombara, number 77. In right field, Alexander Wikman. At second base, Johan Jönsson. At shortstop, Edvin Hernandez. And pitching today for Sundbyberg, number 18, Nick Subia. For Leksand, they'll be sending up second baseman Koga, Motohiro Koga, followed by the second baseman, the left fielder, August Mattsson. Batting third, Johan Klarberg. Playing catcher there. Alex Hendra Brown will be batting cleanup. He's playing center field. Jonathan Schoen, third base, batting fifth. The pitcher, Daniel Linder, will be batting sixth. Kevin Kias at first base will be batting seventh. Malik Sterner playing shortstop, followed by Adam Villemo, the center fielder. This would be fun, Axel, because a lot of these guys on both teams, well, not a lot on both teams, but a lot of the guys, on both teams, they played ball when you were playing ball.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to play ball at the junior levels a lot when I was younger. Dad here, Jim, was obviously coach and big part of that team, so I kind of got roped into it a little bit. Finally started playing, and but I've been a fan ever since, even if I haven't played for a while. So yeah, I got a little bit of a different perspective. It's the young versus the old a little bit, I think.
It's kind of part of growing up, you know.
Yeah.
We're not kids anymore.
Yeah, so we'll be taking a closer look at both of these teams, and the game starts going, and hoping for some good baseball today.
Yeah. Umpire Cameron Hansen brushing off the plate one last time. And we get the first pitch here to Motohiro Koga, left-handed batter. Nick Subia, I can check his statistics in a little bit, but I know he's been doing really well this year. Sundbyberg is, what was it? We looked at their record.
I think 17 wins or something like that.
17-3, 18-3.
Yeah.
It's a big advantage over everyone. The first pitch is outside for a ball.
Den piper ganska mycket om den.
Okay.
All right, here's the next pitch. That one's also outside. Ball two. And here's the windup. He's coming. 3 balls. Once again, there's more people on the field than in the stands, but that's okay. If you're listening to the game,
yeah, let us know if you're in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from, and if you got anything in particular that you're looking forward to in the game here. We'll be watching and trying to keep up with you guys.
Ball 4, just missed. Yeah, we have a chat window on this stream as well. So on the right side of the screen, you can see a chat there, a live chat. Write to us. Tell us where you are, who you're rooting for.
We've had
anything else? If you're related to anybody on the field, we'll give them a special cheer. Okay.
Yeah, we've had some family type in before from Australia and a bunch of other places, and I'm not sure about the times over there, but
August Matson takes the first pitch for a ball.
yeah.
That's 5 straight pitches on that side of the plate. Nick's aiming crooked out there, I think.
Maybe a little bit.
He'll straighten it out here.
We were talking about the wind coming into the field today. It's kind of a strong wind. And when we first were walking in, it was blowing out towards right field. That's a strike.
You see the shadows, too?
Yeah.
Ball's hit to the outfielders, and left fielder has the sun right in his eyes.
Sure
Center
does.
fielder as well, so. And that does play a role out here. Here we go. The pickoff move to first. Koga gets back in time.
Yeah.
I don't know. He looks like a speedster to me, actually.
He's got the look about him.
We talked about stealing bases. The base stealing aspect of the game, didn't we, on the way here this morning?
Yeah, we talked about how in the major leagues it's kind of been going down in the past few decades, really, but in recent years it's really gone down. Stolen base leaders are not stealing a lot anymore.
Well, have they changed their philosophies, or? That's a called strike.
Well, maybe not. You can read a lot about how different people think about this, but for a lot of them, they say that it's a big risk stealing a base. It's just a very big risk, and a lot of teams are more cautious about that now. Another pickoff attempt, still safe with their first base. And they say if you're not 99% sure you're going to get second base when you try to steal, then you're risking an out with no production.
It may not be. Ooh, that was in the.
Well, it's close.
In the box. 3-1, 3-2. Full count on the batter. Nobody out. We got a runner on first here. In Koga. He's dancing around a little bit, trying to get things tense. There's a pitch up and off the plate. Ball 4. So, 2 straight walks to open the game here. Nick Subia. Who's up? Johan Klarberg. Tony's son. Hi, Tony. Don't know if you're out there listening. Tony runs the academy up there in Leksand. Does a really cool job. We went up there and met him. My older son, Petter, was interested in choosing a gymnasium. There's a bunt right back to the pitcher. And the sacrifice is good. Runners advance, 1 out. So we have runners on second and third.
With 1 out, yeah. That should be quite an opportunity maybe for Leksand here. We'll see if Sundbyberg can shut it down before anything comes of it.
Interesting. That sets up a potential run-scoring play here. And the cleanup hitter, Alexandra Brown, center fielder today. There's an intentional walk issued to the cleanup hitter. That loads the bases with 1 out and brings up Jonathan Schoen, the number 5 hitter. So Sundbyberg chooses to load the bases and set up a force and a potential double play rather than risk pitching to Hendra Brown there. Okay, we'll see if this pays off or if it comes back to bite you. Anytime you put a man on base, you risk a disaster. First pitch gets by the catcher. That's a wild pitch. And the run scores.
From third base, yeah, Morihiro Koga. Went on base with a walk, now scores a run.
Oh. Now,
Oh, just a moment.
there we go. Who's up? Jonathan Schoen with 1 ball. All runners advanced on that wild pitch there. So runners at second and third, and that took away the force. Called strike on the outside part of the plate there. There's a ground ball to the shortstop.
Ooh, and he drops it at second base.
And everybody's safe. 1 run scores. So we'll get an E6 there, I'm sure. On the ground ball to shortstop, runner safe at first, run scores, and runner advances to third. 2-0 Leksand already. Who's up? Number 12. Daniel Linde. Daniel played with us in Västerås when he was a little kid. Subia looks back the runner at first.
Been a lot of pressure on Subiak so far this inning. Some of it handled very well. Some of it has resulted in some runs, so
yeah,
it's not easy.
Now, Leksand jumps out to an early lead here. Javier Alvarez checking in the chat window.
Komi and Sumpan in the chat. I think we can all agree with that up here in the booth.
Linder looking to get a pitch here. And he hits a foul down the line.
Somebody in the parking lot probably got a taste of that.
Sorry?
I said someone in the parking lot probably got to see that coming up.
That's why I park as far away as you can. That's part of the game. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Linda. 1 out, runners on the corners. Ball outside, 3-1. Subia not really finding the strike zone like he usually does, but I'm sure he'll warm up in a little bit. There's a ball inside and another walk. That loads the bases again. That's the 3rd walk in the inning.
We see Vincent Person is warming up in the bullpen here.
Is that right?
That is right. Okay. So we might see some things being shaken up here.
That brings up number 45, Kevin Kias. First baseman today is the number 7 hitter in the lineup. So we've only got 1 out. The bases are loaded. Infielders are in.
There's another pitch outside.
I think
we've seen 20 pitches so far from Nick, and 6 of them have been strikes.
He's having a control problem here.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah. There's another ball outside. How about that? Something just ain't right out there.
Well, maybe sometimes you need to find your rhythm a little bit, stay in the game a little bit longer, but we might see someone else have the opportunity to find their rhythm today. We'll see.
Another ball outside. I think Nick wanted that pitch. That was a close pitch. Good fastball. There you go. That's a strike. You bet. All right. We'll try to stop the run at the plate if we get a grounder. Oh, shit, sorry. Called strike on the inside corner. So maybe you turn things around here a little bit. 2-2.
Sorry, it's a full count actually. We see here. And the pitch gets past him, and another run will score.
Ball 4, eh? So the 3rd run crosses the plate. In the top of the 1st.
And Kevin Kias gets on first base on a walk. That brings up Malik Sterner.
All right, we're trying to get a double play out of this situation. Call, strike.
Yeah, we still got 1 out here at the top of the 1st, and it is starting to pile up a little bit. Ooh.
Well, that almost got him. I thought it had him.
I sure thought so too, yeah.
But it's just a ball. That's all right. I'm pretty sure we can take these runs back here. Sundbyberg's bats have been so hot the last few games.
Yeah, we've been seeing that. The batting statistics are, they speak for themselves. We're seeing in Sundbyberg, we got 359 batting average here from Philip Geisler.
As a team?
No, from Philip Geisler. From Nicholas Malin, 489 batting average. We're seeing some crazy numbers being put up all across the lineup. It would take some time to rattle them all off, so I'll spare you, but suffice to say, it is pretty good days for Sundbyberg batting.
Strike.
There's a strike.
It's a good pitch.
Count is 3-1 here. 3-2, sorry.
Yeah.
I got it wrong there.
Yeah. All right. Here comes the pitch. A full wind up with the bases loaded. 1 out. Swing and a foul ball off his foot.
Så kan ni köra bollar så som du vet.
Ja.
Det är bara att pipa.
Ja,
Gå
ja.
in micken och dubbel.
Sterner trying to put the ball in play here.
Oh my god, det är rätt gott därför kanske.
Here comes the pitch. No, he steps off.
Feel like just about anybody would need some time to collect themselves at this point.
I'm sure he's frustrated out there.
That ball is way up and out and inside there, and that's another walk.
Score the run here on the scoreboard, and that makes it 4-0. Time is called.
Looks like a
Here
pitching
comes-
change.
Here comes the coach. Yeah, so that's all for Subia.
Yeah,
He leaves the game after just getting 1 out. He gave up 4 runs on 4 walks
4 runs and 4
and
walks.
1
Yeah.
error.
That is not a good start for
No.
the day for Sundbyberg, but
Something's up, you know, because he's a better pitcher than that. And,
yeah, I'm sure.
yeah, so we'll see. So who's coming in? Number 20.
We have Vincent Passion coming in to pitch,
All right.
and yeah, let's hope he can get some outs out of this.
Vincent Patterson. Okay, Axel, I got a question for you. Let's see how good your math is.
All right, well,
Okay. He threw 1/3 of an inning and gave up 4 runs. Now, 1 was unearned because of the error.
yeah.
What's his ERA for today?
Oh goodness, gonna have to pull up a calculator.
Wow.
It's high anyway. It's not where you want it to be.
Well, Nick. He could still theoretically be the winning pitcher.
Could he?
Well, his team hasn't batted yet. No, I guess not. You have to pitch a certain number of
Yeah, you do have to pitch a
outs
certain.
to be the pitcher
Yeah,
record.
and this is also, to be perfectly honest, this is one of those statistics that I don't pay that much attention to.
Yeah.
Wins and saves and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's a little bit. For example, you take a look at Jacob deGrom last year. Jacob deGrom had lowest ERA in the major leagues, or at least in the National League, and he had under 500 record on wins and losses. It's tough to say that Jacob deGrom was a worse pitcher than a lot of other guys. First pitch is called for a ball.
Okay, here's the next pitch here. Patterson, and there's a foul liner down the right side. 1-1. Let's see if Vincent can turn things around here. We need an out, guys. The infield's still a double play depth. You got the corners in tight in case of a play at the plate. That's probably smart. A squeeze bunt would be a really exciting play. There's a little foul blooper, and that's foul, though. So 2 strikes now. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, we're already in a better position just in this at-bat than we were, than Sundbyberg was at a lot of points earlier in this game, so a bit high on that pitch.
Come on, Heat. Just missed inside. Full count. 1 out, full count. The runner should be moving here. Ball 4. Walks in another run. But that one is also charged to Mr. Subia. Linder scores. That makes it 5-0 in the top of the first with only 1 out.
Yeah.
And that brings up the leadoff hitter. So we batted around here, Leksand.
Yeah, we're going to have to hope that Sundbyberg can bring out some of that really hot bats that we've been seeing from him to make up for that. And that first pitch is inside and close. Close to Motohiro Koga.
Carl, strike. 1-1. Pitch is outside. 2-1. I promised you some great pitching today, but so far
we've been seeing some a lot of runs anyway.
We're just getting started. There's a good one. Foul ball down the line. 2-2.
Yeah, it's a lot of runs so far, but not a lot of hitting. So if you want to see runs, you want to see them scored in an exciting way. And this has been a lot of walks, unfortunately, today.
There's a good pitch. That one is fouled down the line as well. Into the Sundbyberg bullpen. Sent as a message.
Foreboding.
Yeah.
Warning coming in hot from the sky.
So Persson goes 2-2 here. On Koba, the batter. It's a little foul dribbler down the right side. To stay alive with the bases loaded, 1 out.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, we're on. Oh, and there's a pop down the left side. Caught for the out. And the runners hold. So, Persson gets a shallow fly ball to left field, and Koba is out, number 2.
I believe that's the first ball in play we've seen all day today.
Now, we had an error to the shortstop.
Error shortstop, that's right, that's right.
There have been 2 balls hit between the lines.
It's a hitting fiesta out here.
Yeah, we've had a whole bunch of foul balls already.
That's true.
All right, so that brings up the number 2 hitter, August Matson. Carl, strike.
Now, see, it looked to me like that pitch could have been called a ball too.
He gave him the outside corner, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think that's common up here. That pitch was up for a ball, right? They told us in umpire school that the outside part of the plate is, you can see where he sets up. It's difficult to see. Oh, and there's
a line
right between first and second baseman. 1 run, he scores. All runners advance 1 base. So Alexander Wiekman gets the ball back in quickly. That's a hit. And yeah, that's the first hit of the game, Axel.
Sure is, but it makes it 6-0.
6-0 and only one hit.
Well,
It's a one-hitter.
so far,
Yeah, man.
it could be a successful game if you close it out like this.
Well, that was
but
a well-hit ball. It was just placed right between those two fielders, you know. And that brings up the number 3 hitter, Johan Klarberg. It's pretty safe. It's pretty safe to say he walked his first time up. I'm not.
yes.
I'm not certain, but we won't joke about that. That's, you know. There's a fly ball to center field, and Victor Kroneld is there and makes a catch. So, out number 3, Leksand scores 6 runs on 1 hit and 1 error. We'll be back in a little bit with the bottom half of the first. All right, we're back here for the bottom half of the first inning now. Leksand took the lead with 6 runs on 1 hit and 1 error. There was a rash of walks there by Sundbyberg pitching. So now we'll see if Daniel Linder, pitcher for Leksand today, can hold these Sundbyberg bats, who've been extremely hot lately. They scored, I think, 17 runs in the first game against Stockholm the other night.
I think there must be something in the water. It's something.
Something in the water. We'll see now. And here's the throw down to second. Right on the money. I like that.
Yeah.
So who was sending up first now? Victor Kroneld. Center fielder. Victor hit a home run here a couple of weeks ago, I saw in the game. I believe it was. He reaches out and shakes hands with the umpire. That's always a smart thing to do. Yeah. Yeah, it's a double screen, so we're going over here and look on that.
Victor Kroneld is batting .333, which in any other circumstance would stand out.
26 hits this season, yeah. So,
it would stand out on any other team, but on the Heat this year, it is one among many.
Here we go. He steps in the box, and Daniel Linder comes with the first pitch from a stretch. Inside. Danny played ball for us in Västerås with his brother Patrick. And second pitch is a fast ball for a strike. The outside part of the plate. It's been fun to watch him grow up.
Yeah, I don't recall if I played with him. Do you know what year he was born?
He came about. No, I think he's a little bit younger than you. So it's after your time.
You're making me feel old.
I used to play catch hours and hours and hours with this kid. He burned to play baseball.
Well, we're going to see how good you were at playing catch with him today, aren't we?
There's a grounder to the shortstop, gets a good hop, and beats Victor to first base by half a step. So, Victor Cronell is out short to first. Out number 1. That brings up Niklas Melin, first baseman.
Yeah,
Always a danger at the plate.
yeah. Niklas Melin is a juggernaut out here. It looks like if you're looking at the numbers alone, it's 489 batting average, 24 hits in 49 at bats. It is.
They play him deep in right field.
Yeah, this is
And
nothing.
shift.
This is
And
nothing
shift
to
on him.
scoff at.
He's definitely a pull hitter. We'll see if he can get ahead of this fastball. Linder throws a breaking pitch for the first pitch, but misses outside. Come on, Nick. Carl, strike. Low and away. It's a good pitch. There's a sharp fly ball to center, but he just got under it. So there's out number 2. And that brings up then left fielder Leonard Bäckström. Bäckström's batting .369. That's no slouch average either.
I don't think there's anybody on this team who's batting a slouch batting average. I think they're all coming into their own this year.
First pitch is a fastball right down the middle for a strike.
They say a first pitch fastball is a strike more often than any other pitch. And as a batter, you got to be looking out for it because a lot of the time that's the best one you're going to see.
That's what George Springer's philosophy is for the Astros, isn't it?
Yeah,
To jump all over that first pitch.
Second pitch was a ball.
Yeah. The breaking ball inside, that's 2 balls and 1 strike. I think Daniel throws a little harder now than he did when he was like 12, don't you?
Yeah,
I just want to put that out there.
probably a little.
Ooh, that's a good burn.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Strike 2. 2-2.
We were talking earlier today about the guy who went out to a game at the Oakland Coliseum, I think, and stepped in front of a radar gun and got signed by the Oakland A's after pitching 96 miles per hour. That's a ball. And I think that's sort of the fantasy maybe a lot of the guys on the team have out here. Step up, show your stuff, and just kind of get noticed.
Sharp one gets by the shortstop there. So Leonard Bäckström gets on with a single.
Leonard shows his stuff.
There we go. Sundbyberg has his first base runner of the day. And that brings up number 25, Philip Geisler, designated hitter and cleanup man today. This guy is a power hitter. A scary power hitter. And yeah, he's batting .359.
He's got a bunch of doubles and a triple on the year as well. He is definitely hitting for more than your average.
He's also a
young guy
real
out there.
nice guy. I spoke to him the other day.
That's always a bonus.
That's a bonus. First pitch for a ball. The last game I was here, we had a couple of fans check in from Mendocino, California, cheering for Philip Geisler.
Huh. Does he have some connection out
He
there?
has an international connection. Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's nice.
If you guys are watching today, man, write me a note in the chat window. Philip looks at a ball just off the plate. That was a close pitch. 2-0. That's a hitter's count. Let's see what happens here. Geisler with that wide open stance. Watch his right foot. Mm-hmm.
That foot comes in when he's getting ready to take the pitch too.
3 balls, no strikes. That's typical. You have to put it in a straight line, and they say it lets you see the pitch better on the way. I don't know. That's one of those things. It's a personal preference, you know. If I was batting with a higher average than him, I might, you know, talk about it. I'm going to keep my mouth shut. He looks great. So he swings and misses. That's strike 1. 3-1. Geyser thought that was his pitch to hit there. Foul ball, just missed. It was right
on the line.
Down the line. Home plate umpire Cameron Hansen calls it foul.
That would have been just what Sundbyberg needed if it was
That
called.
was as close as you can get in it. So that brings us to a full count, though.
Yeah, it does.
3-2 with 2 outs and the runner on first. Yeah, Javier says, "Come on, Philip." There's a swing and a foul ball. Just missed. You see that big swing?
Yeah, sure does. You don't want to be on the receiving end of that out in the
I felt
outfield.
the wind up here. Here we go again. Full count, the runner on first. 2 down here. Guys, we're trying to keep things alive. Ball 4. That brings up Yanni Ramirez, isn't it? Yeah. Third baseman Ramirez.
Talking about extra base hits, he's got a couple triples, more than anybody else on the team this year.
I saw Yanni hit a home run about a month ago out here. Late in the game to keep the game alive, and then Sundbyberg took it. He came from behind.
Well, let's
Beat
hope.
Sundbyberg.
Let's hope for something similar right now, huh?
Here we come. Linder brings his first pitch. Ramirez hits it right back at him, and it hits Daniel Linder on the leg, and he's safe at first.
The first baseman had to step off the base to catch that ball, and that was exactly what was needed for Yanir to reach the base.
Daniel Linder's limping around out here. That ball was hit hard, and it hit him square on the leg.
Yeah, he jumped a little bit when that came back at him. I think anybody would.
So time is calling an injury here. We'll see how this works out. I think it hit him right below the knee. See that?
Yeah, he is.
We don't have an instant replay, but that ball hit him square on the knee.
He's stretching up and down, trying to feel how his leg's doing, but I can't imagine that he feels very good right now.
Ramirez got a break there.
Yeah, Sundbyberg advanced the runner and made it to first base without getting the out. That was a little bit of a lucky break.
That will bring up Timur Kombarov at the plate. Catcher. Now, Timur is an all-around super ball player. And they're going to let Danny throw a couple of pitches here to see how his leg feels. And I think Danny's going to stay in the game here, so that's cool. Hurt, but not hurt badly. So, situation now, we got 2 down, and the base is loaded, and Timur Kombarov at the plate. And Timur can put the bat on the ball too, that's for sure. So somebody's in place to score a run here. We need to get some runs back after that smashing start by Leksand there.
Yeah, early moments can be just as crucial as late in the game, and this might be a crucial moment here.
First pitch is strike 1 there. Timur took one on the outside part. Check swing. Call ball. We got 1-1 here. There's a little bitty pop just behind the plate and out of reach of the catcher. So Kombarov now, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Trying to stay alive. Here comes Linder's pitch. Kombarov hits it down the line. Is it fair? Is it fair? Because it's way out there.
It
Foul
is
ball. Foul ball. Well, that was a 1-hopper to the fence, too. That would have scored 2 or 3 runs. We need one of those. Come on, man. Come on, Timo. Straighten it out just a little bit.
It's that wind we're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. It's blowing right to left, isn't it?
I think it's going back and forth. It's hard to tell, but
It could be. It could be swirling because these tall buildings around the neighborhood.
yeah.
Kombarov pops it straight up. Who's got it? The third baseman calls it. And Jonathan Schoen makes the catch with a 3rd out. So Daniel Linder limps off the field after shutting down Sundbyberg with the bases loaded. We go to the top of the 2nd inning. It's 6-0 Leksand. All right, here we go. The top of the 2nd. Leadoff is cleanup hitter Alexander Brown here. He was issued an intentional walk his first time up. Sundbyberg down 6-0. And Persson brings the first one. It's a little bit high for a ball. We were talking in the break there about a strange pitching start off here.
Yeah, both teams got unlucky, I guess, but in different ways. First, a bunch of walks issued at the top of the 1st, and then in the bottom, comebacker that hit the pitcher right in the shin, looked like.
We'll see if that comes back into play and how Linder is reacts to that later in the game. So that pitch is fouled right back, so it's 1-1, 2-1. There's a pitch outside, ball 3.
Someone got 2 hits in the last one. We doing them now?
Sure. We do the balls and strikes on the scoreboard, Axel.
You say we.
So, ball 4. And the leadoff batter in this inning is walked. Number 5 hitter in the lineup, Jonathan Schoen, third baseman. We have a new viewer checking into the chat. Hi, Maria. Go Sundbyberg, go. That's right. We need your help.
Yeah, we'll take all the help we can get right about now. But I don't think there's a reason to worry just yet, but still nice to know that we have supporters out there.
1-1. Strike call. Is it 2? Is it 1 or 2? That's the second one. There's a ball outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Now we're up to date.
I think so.
Now there's an update on the screen here. It takes a few seconds for that. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. Pearson's bringing it. Ooh, just missed a little bit high on Jonathan Schoen now. 3-1. Leksand starts off the inning here with a walk, so that, again, we talked about that first out. Called strike. Gives a full count here. The importance of getting that first batter out.
Yeah, it can set the tone for the whole inning and really change the momentum for the pitcher. If you're worried about base runners and keeping everybody in check, then that is a big distraction sometimes.
Here's the pitch, and it's fouled back. Schoen stays alive out there. Sounds like thunder. It's actually not. It's just the wind screens here in the booth. It's blowing that hard, and like you said, changing around. So here's the pitch, and it's a grounder to Malin at first, who gets, the throw goes by. They missed the out, and okay, so what did we see there? We saw Malin picked up the ground ball at first, fired a strike to the shortstop, covering second base, but the ball got past him. I think it was because the runner blocked his view.
Yeah, maybe, I guess.
Right, I'm not sure who to charge the error to, but that's an error. Anyway, so the ball went into left field. Yeah, the ball went into left field, and runners advanced 1 more base. So now we have runners at second and third and nobody out. First pitch is just inside.
Right.
Here's the pitch, and Linder hits a sharp grounder to second, and he'll be out at first. But that scores a run. He gets an RBI there. Leksand goes up now, 7-1 on Daniel Linder's ground ball to second. He's out on a fielder's choice. No, actually not. He's out. There was no other play. And that brings up Kevin Kias, who takes the first pitch for a strike. Pitch is down, and I think it caught catcher Kumbarov on the bounce there, so we'll call timeout, and the umpire goes out to have a chat with the pitcher. Kumbarov walks it off. And all right, we're ready to go again. So Kia steps back in the box, and we've got 1-1 count and a runner on third. Here's the pitch. There's another bouncer. 2-1. Kumarov got hit by a couple of bouncing balls out there. Huh? Time is called, and will be a visit to the mound. Alrighty, so charge a visit to the mound. The ball's in play, and here comes the pitch. The ball, it gets away from the catcher, and the run scores. So, okay, run number 8. All right, and that was a ball. Does that make it 3-1? Well, that was strange. It looked like he just missed it. But the ball was way up and outside, so tough to handle because they really come quick.
Yeah, they sure do.
It's tough to catch one like that. Fastball. That was a good
There
pitch.
is a strike.
In the inside corner, called for a strike. And that brings the count to full, 3-2. Harrison's pitch. Swung on, it's a grounder up the middle. Picked up by the shortstop. Thrown to first for the out. Nice play.
Yeah, that's what you want to see. Quick reactions there from the middle infield. Ready for that.
Edwin Hernandez fielded that ball right next to the base and managed to get the runner. Now, nobody on, 2 down. Reset the count. It's, yeah. First pitch is called for a strike. I felt that one coming. Called on the outside corner of the plate. So, 2 quick strikes. Here to Malik Sterner. Kumarov set up way outside. You see that? They're hoping to get that again. 2-1. No, 1-2. There's a breaking ball. Check swing, called, strike 3. There we go. So, Sundbyberg is down here in the after the top half of the second, but they scored 2 more runs. It's now 8-0. Sundbyberg. We'll be back for the bottom of the second. All right, we're back here to start off the bottom of the second inning. Weekman, the batter. Alexander Weekman, right fielder. Got any Weekman fans out there listening today? Write me something in the chat window. I know you're out there. Here's the first pitch from Danny Linder. Weekman lets it go for a ball. All right. Inside, ball 2. Called strike, low and away. Alexander with 17 hits in 60 at-bats this season, just below 300. There's a bouncer on the plate, gets away from the catcher. 3 balls, 1 strike.
So far, we're not seeing any trace of lingering injuries in Linder here, but jury's still out on if this has hindered his performance today, but so far...
Ball 4. So, Sundbyberg gets the leadoff runner on this time.
For a change of pace.
That brings up second baseman Johan Jansson. Johan batting .262 this season. 16 hits and 61 at-bats. Linder's stretch. Just inside. Ball 1. Here it comes.
We're sitting here with our fingers in our ears, waiting for it to come down on the roof of the booth here.
It's loud when it does.
Yeah, I think it just passed us.
All right, so there's 1-1.
No, sorry. Shit.
And there's a drive to right field. It's going to be caught. All right, so
Weekman makes his way back to first base, looking like he was going to try to get it to second first, but got caught, unfortunately.
Johnson goes down on a little pop fly that sounded to me like it was hit better than that.
I think we all thought that, yeah.
Yeah, it was caught by right fielder out there. Autumn Villeman. Who's up? Edwin Hernandez, shortstop. Time call by the batter. Something just not right. And Linder comes set. And there's a foul down the right side. All right, so Hernandez with 1 strike. Trying to move the runner over. There's 1 outside. Swung foul straight back. Yeah, I was going to tell you about the first game I got to play as an adult in Sweden.
Yeah.
Västerås played in Leksand as part of the Swedish Cup, Svenska Cupen. And we were a Division 2 team, went to Leksand, who was this Elite Series team, and it was snowing. Our third baseman had 4 pairs of long underwear on.
You were used to playing baseball out in Texas in the summers in August.
Yeah, this kid from Texas, yeah. And I got to go in the game late in the game. I mean, I was not a starter. I was out, I was an old guy. He was too old to start playing baseball again. But it was so much fun, and I went out there, and Hernandez goes down swinging. So I went out there, and when the catcher stood up, he was 9 feet tall. I'd never seen anything like that. This lumberjack was huge. And when he squatted down, he was taller than me. And then the pitcher, I looked out on the mound, there was a guy just as big on a hill.
They're growing big out there.
Yeah, and I hadn't hit a ball in 30 years. And the first pitch, you could hear it just go snap, fastball. And I thought, well, I can't hit that. I can't catch up to that. There's a strike from Danny Linder. So I did what anyone else would do in that situation. I bunted.
Of course.
I dropped it down right down the line and beat it out. I was so proud. I got on base. The only thing was, I was so out of breath after that. I mean, I was just out of shape. That was a ball. Right? So I looked over at the third base coach. He's giving me the steal sign, and I'm thinking, you're out of your mind. So I stole second base. They let me do it.
Well, that's nice of them.
It was great.
Did you make it?
No.
I guess I shouldn't have asked.
No, something happened. I got, I mean, I was stuck out there, but it was so much fun. I was scared to death. That was my introduction to Swedish baseball. Those guys were just so good. Leksand won it all that year.
Sliding ought to be easy when it's ice on the infield, right?
Yeah. There's a drive into right. It's going to... Oh, Adam got that one too. Nice catch. Nice catch. Sundbyberg goes down. They leave a man on first base. And we'll be back in just a minute. Hey, boy! All right. All right, Axel, take over.
Take over. We'll see about that.
Yeah.
It's a first pitch strike over to Adam Villamou. Followed by a ball just to change things up. That ball bounces in the dirt and ends up in the backstop. It's 2-1 at the top of the third inning here. Leksand batting, trying to keep those runs coming.
It's really uncharacteristic pitching I've seen today from Sundbyberg pitchers. I haven't seen them be wild like this. Okay, here we go. We walked the leadoff runner in the inning again.
Exactly.
It's the third straight
is,
inning.
We're getting flashbacks here.
Yeah. Koba.
Yeah. Have first batter in the lineup here. Motohiro Kogo coming back again for more. What's that?
That was a ball.
Kogo swings for a strike. Count is 1-1.
That's a pitch out. They were suspecting a steal there. It just didn't go. That was a pitch out, though. Kumbra was outside, wound up to throw. All right. Ooh, yeah.
Here's a called strike.
Koba backed out. Pitch was on the inside part of the plate. It looked like he was going to get him.
There's a drive out to left field. It is caught. Kogo goes down.
How about that? Leonard Beckstrom was playing way in on that, like he knew where he was going to hit it.
Maybe he did.
Perfectly. Huh. Works every time.
Yeah, I feel like Sundbyberg needs a few more things to go perfectly their way in this game.
Yeah.
But it's always a good start.
Is Artis Matson up to bat now, huh? Wow.
Here's a foul ball out to the parking lot.
That was a long foul ball. That was longer than anything I ever hit right there, but it was foul.
August Mattsson is batting 193 this season. Trying to improve that average, I bet.
He hasn't played all that many games, I would say, with just 33 at-bats, 31 at-bats officially, so...
Yeah, well, of course, there's always a small sample size here,
Yeah.
but...
Yeah.
You know, when you're at the plate, sample size doesn't really mean that much. You're just trying to get that hit.
Here's another foul ball. Two strikes, eh?
There's a ball outside. And a called strike 3 sends
go.
Mattsson down.
Nice pitch.
They have 2 outs here with a runner on the first at the top of the 3rd inning.
Number 3 hitter in the lineup, right? You want Cloudberg?
Yes. That's right.
Okay.
I bet Leksand would love to expand their already sizable lead even more. Sundbyberg trying to do just the opposite and cut them short here. First pitch is called strike.
Johan batting .349 coming into this game today. It's not a bad average.
That is not a bad average at all.
He's got 4 doubles on the season. That one was just inside. Do you see Sundbyberg's uniforms? You notice their jerseys?
Oh yeah, both of these teams here have got some really stylish duds.
Some fun.
Yeah, Sumpan.
I like that.
There's a swinging strike.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Sumpan. I like embracing the nickname a little bit. And also, but I have to admire their retro White Sox 80s look.
Yeah, are there any professional teams with a nickname on the jersey?
I mean, most of them started out that way.
I believe he
And
was
that
hit
is
by that
ball.
pitch. Hit him in the foot.
Okay. That will advance the runner on first to second base with a runner in scoring position here for a good hit.
All right, well, this brings up the cleanup hitter here, right? Yeah, Alex, Brown Hendra here.
So if Leksand won a good hit, this is where they might get it. But what you were saying, most teams sort of just get nicknames and then stick with them. The Reds were just called Red Stockings at one point, and then just kind of shortened it, and it evolves over time a little bit, I think.
But in this case, the team is called the Heat. But so the nickname refers to the city. Is there a team in professional baseball that has a nickname for the city?
Philadelphia Phillies?
Minnesota. It says TC
Twin
on their
City,
caps.
Twin Cities.
Yeah,
that's
Twin
right.
Cities,
That's right.
yeah.
That's a foul ball here for 0-2 count for the cleanup hitter.
I mean, that would be like the Yankees wearing something that said Apple or the Big Apple. Which they would never do.
But a lot of teams get their names from a nickname for the city. The Los Angeles Angels, the Houston Astros. There's at least a thematic connection, if not
there's
explicit.
A high fly,
Here's
ball,
a high
to
fly
right
ball to right field.
Weekman's gonna have trouble. Look at that.
Oh, and Weekman goes down
couldn't
trying
get
to
to
catch
it.
that ball. You have a runner coming around third.
There's 1 run in, 2 runs scored. Well, okay. Number 1, he lost that ball in the sun. Number 2, it blew about 50 feet away from him.
Weekman's on his knees out there in the
We
outfield.
called timeout, and Weekman's down. Yeah. He dove, trying to make the valiant effort there. If you catch it, you're a hero. Okay. So Hendra Brown went to second on that, Axel. Oh, how did that miss him?
That's a good question.
I thought that had him. It's Jonathan Schoen, third baseman up. Ball 2, eh? Yeah. Ooh, yeah. That was a good pitch.
Yeah, in a way, it feels like Sundbyberg pitching is getting back to where we want to see it, but we're also getting some hits and some fly balls and from Leksand.
They're going to second. Boy, that was close.
Sure was.
Did you see the play unfold? That was close. Edvin Hernandez sneaks up on the runner out there. Mr. Hendra Brown had to dive back in.
Yeah, I was caught in my notes down here. I wasn't even looking up.
Good throw by Pearson. They gonna do it again? No. No, they're just playing around. He's a threat to run because he does have some extra base hits this year. I don't see a statistic on steals, but I think he's got some speed. Now the ball gets by the catcher. That's ball 4. And the runner advances on a wild pitch as well. So Pearson and Kumbrov having trouble communicating out there, I think.
Probably. That brings Hendra Brown to third base, though.
Yeah.
Ready to exploit anything that might happen in this game. A wild pitch or a pickoff attempt that goes wrong. Whatever you want to see here, you're going to get a run coming in.
Kumbrov signaling a potential play out on the field with runners at first and third and Daniel Linder at the plate. Daniel can put the bat on the ball too, I know that. First pitch inside, ball 1. 2 down, runners on the corners.
There's that strike.
Yeah. I kind of root for Danny a little bit, just a little bit.
Oh, of course. He's our hometown hero.
Colors, but...
Strike 2.
Strike 2.
You got to have a little bit of little bit of a love for the hometown boys, but
Yeah, he feels like one of my kids out there. You know. 2-2. There's the play. All right, he grounds out, third to first. Daniel having a hard time running after that. All right, so we go to the bottom of the third. Leksand scored 2 more runs. That makes it 10-0.
goodness.
3-6.
Yep.
Okay, we're back here for the bottom half of the third inning. Sundbyberg sends up 3 big hitters. Melin, Backstrom, and Geisler to face Danny Linder, who made the last out there in the top of the third on a grounder to third and limped off the field, then limped back onto the field to pitch. So
Yeah.
Danny took a hard shot off the kneecap there on the second inning.
Yeah, I think he's still feeling that.
And he's staying in there, so he's showing he's tough. First pitch on the outside corner. That looked like a changeup. I don't know what he's throwing. He's fastball, curveball, but that didn't look to me like a breaking ball.
It's hard to tell from.
There's the breaking ball.
Yeah. Hard to tell sometimes from 20 meters away,
Mm-hmm.
10 meters up, but.
So 1 ball, 1 strike. There's a ball. So in the last inning there that we watched, the top of the third inning, they walked. Sundbyberg walked the leadoff batter again,
Yeah,
and he scored.
sure did.
So that's 3 runs scored by the leadoff batters in each inning. What's the record for that? 3 consecutive innings.
In Sweden? I don't know.
Now, let's see if Sundbyberg can get some runs up here. We got to get back in the game.
Well, that is a ball, so it's a full count.
Yeah, Leksand with a 10-run lead in the third inning. I mean, that's wow. That was unexpected. There we go. Oh, just missed. Melin pulled out just foul. There's the pull hitter profile we talked about.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, Nicholas. 3-2. And he fouls one the other way. 3 balls, 2 strikes. That's 2 strikes, 2 foul balls. Here we go.
Sounds like we've got the cheerleaders out here in the stands.
Cheerleader.
Oh, yeah.
That's new. And there's a hard hit grounder to second, who was in just the right place. So Moline goes down, second to first, for the first out. That brings up Philip Geisler. Nope. Leo Beckstrom.
Beckstrom. That's right. Beckstrom batting .369.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a good hitter.
Yeah, like we said, Sundbyberg's got really hot bats lately,
Yeah.
really hot team, and we just haven't seen that really. Sparks haven't flown this game so far, but we're hoping to see it.
There we go. There's a hard hit ball over the left fielder, all the way to the wall.
All the way to the wall, yeah.
Beckstrom on his way to second, and he'll pull up there with a double. So he hits the first pitch from Danny Linder to the warning track on 1 hop. And Sundbyberg's got a runner on second here with 1 out. Philip Geisler, the batter. That's a well-hit ball.
Yeah, right when we said we wanted to see one too. Maybe they were listening to us up here trying to make us happy.
I think they're in there calling to Joba, trying to fix the bats.
Yeah. Sacrifice cigars and rum.
Yania Ramirez on deck. See if we can put some quality at bats in the string here. Geyser swings at the first pitch in the dirt for a strike. I think he was just thinking first pitch.
Yeah, he was listening to what we were saying before, and
Danny threw a breaking ball at him. Yeah,
it just goes to show you shouldn't listen to
like you
the
talked
two of
about
us.
earlier. First pitch fastball. Yeah. There's a ball. 1-1. Geisler hits the ball to first. It's fielded cleanly, and he's beaten to the bag. That's out number 2. But Leo Beckstrom moves over to third on the play.
Yeah, you can see he's just itching to get back home, isn't he? Trying to get a run on the board for Sundbyberg today. First out of many that are required to overcome this lead that Leksand has assembled.
That brings up Yanier Ramirez, third baseman. Yanni just looks like a hitter to me. Here we go. And he hits the first pitch right at the shrine, who snags it for the out. Well, shucks. So Ramirez is out.
Yeah, there goes there goes our third inning comeback, but we're going to try to build something here.
No runs. So we
fourth.
go to the top of the fourth. It's 10-0 Leksand. Okay, we're back here to start the fourth inning. Got a new pitcher for Sundbyberg. It's our buddy Johan Källström.
Yeah, talking about kids that used to play with us growing up, Johan Källström was there more than anybody else.
Yeah.
And since Jim here was Johan's old coach, I bet we're going to hear some strong opinions about his performance.
Ooh, Kevin Kias
Ooh.
gets in the way of that first pitch. It hit him. So Johan beans the first one and puts him on first base. So the leadoff runner, again, is on first base.
It's true, there's a pattern emerging here.
You know, we were warming up for a game when they were kids. It was, what's it called in Sharp, the cup?
Billingeslaget.
Billingeslaget. Yeah. Warming up for one game. Putter, my son, was pitching to Johan, who was playing catcher. And he was catching without a face mask, and the ball bounced up and hit him in the face and knocked his tooth out. Broke his tooth off.
Goodness.
Right before the game. You know? But Johan was just as cool and calm. There's a grounder.
Whoa.
Look at there.
Look at that. There you go.
Okay, now this is good. This is very good.
Successfully turning a double play here in the fourth inning.
How do you score that? You score short to second to first. But Hernandez didn't really pick the ball up and toss it to second, did he?
It looked like it kind of bounced out of his hands a little
Yeah,
bit.
hit him and deflected to the second baseman. So Janssen was able to catch the ball while standing on the bag for one out and threw a strike to first. So Sundbyberg gets their first double play of the day, and that's a cool thing to see. Which brings up then, who are we looking at here? Adam Villemu. He takes a strike there. That's 1-1, I believe. Well, we got a break.
Yeah.
Maybe
first pitch.
that's the turning point.
First pitch was hitting the batter, and the second
Adam
pitch
hits
was
the
a
ball
double
up the
play.
middle for a single. Villemu gets on first with a hit. So Källström gives up his first hit there. Villemu, a man of speed, okay? When he was 15, he won the cup for stolen bases down in the European tournament we played in Poland.
Yeah.
It was incredible. So we'll see if he takes off for second base here.
Yeah, especially with 2 outs. You're just waiting to see him dart away.
They're not holding him close to the base either, so Maline's giving him his lead off, and they won't run, not with a 10-run lead, so no. That's kind of one of those unwritten gentleman's rules. There's no reason to steal at this point.
No, I mean, there's definitely...
No, that would be considered bush. So we won't do it.
Let's hope.
There's a ball in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike. To Koba. 2 outs here and a runner on first. And Johan hit him with a little inside pitch there. So Koba goes to first. Villemu to second. August Mattsson, the batter. So Johan has hit 2 batters in this inning. One squarely, the other one was almost questionable. That was not a bad pitch. It just
Got away from it a little bit.
just happened to get him. Yeah. Come on, Shelley's. First pitch is just outside for a ball.
Well, it's the first inning so far without any runs. Now I got to be careful not to jinx this team, but
It's a foul ball. Kundrov might have a chance. He's there and makes the catch.
he smashes into the backstop. But that is a
The
successful
sound
catch
you
for the
heard
third
was-
out.
Yeah. Awesome catch.
Yeah.
So Shelley's gets out of there with a clean inning. He had a couple of runners on base, but like you said, the first egg we put up there. All right. So we'll be back in a minute with the bottom of the 4th inning. All right, here's the throw down, and we're ready to start the bottom of the 4th inning. And an unwritten rule of baseball says the guy who makes the best play in one inning gets to be the first batter up in the next inning. So that's what we've got here.
It tends to work out that way anyway.
Timo Komarov, who made a fantastic snag on a foul ball here at the backstop.
Yeah, we were wondering if he's going to have both legs when he came back out, but
crashed into it, didn't he? Yeah.
Looks a little scuffed up, but he's good to go and ready to get some hits.
Victor takes the first pitch from Danny Linder there for a ball. Ooh, and he takes the second one up. Check swing there, but it's called a ball. Here's the pitch. And it's a grounder to short. He picks it up and fires a strike over to first. Ball is dropped and he's called safe. He dropped the ball. So that should be an error on the first baseman, I believe, but we won't mark it until it's marked officially here. Komarov gets a break. He was beaten to first, but the ball dropped out of his glove there. It was a little bit low, but...
Yeah, I was just about ready to say that he didn't make it to the base with about half a step too late, but he got a lucky break.
Yeah, it was a bang play, but let's see here. Who's up here? Weekman. Ball 1. Yeah, so that was ruled an error by the scorekeeper, as he should have been out. And,
yeah, exactly.
And it was not a difficult play. So normally, if the ball bounces really hard to catch, sometimes they'll just call it. It's not an error then, but a bobble. That's not considered an error. And Weekman puts the ball in play up the middle to the second baseman. And he's safe at first.
He's
and
safe.
The ball gets by first baseman. So here we got runners going around. Everybody moves up one more base. So that ball was misthrown by the second baseman there. Sundbyberg now with runners on second and third. And nobody out. So we'll see if that one's ruled an error as well. It was thrown in the dirt or wide, hard to see from this angle, on a tough play. We'll see if they consider that a difficult play down there in the scorekeeper's dugout, you know. I'm glad I'm not the scorekeeper sometimes.
Sometimes when you go to Major League games, I've seen you take a scorecard and just do it for fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, we're talking here about the young versus old perspective, and that's one of those things that makes me think you got an old man's perspective on the game when you're sitting there doing the scores.
It's fun to keep score, but it's difficult when you get that judgment call. That's strike 1 there on the batter. Second pitch is outside, 1-1. This is Johan Jansson here.
4 hits.
Second baseman. Trying to get things going. There's a strike. It's called strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out and runners on second and third. Sundbyberg looking to score their first run of the game here. And there's the ball in play to shortstop, and there's the run. Okay. Shortstop had trouble getting on that one. He had to charge it to get to it, bobbled the ball, and there was no throw made.
And I have the great honor of finally pressing the
Right, so Komarov scores.
button to add 1 run to the scoreboard.
Wiekman to third, Johan Jansson to first. Nobody out. Okay, so no balls, no strikes on the new batter. Edwin Hernandez, the shortstop.
And that makes it 10-1 so far.
Yeah, we got a run. All right, we'll take all those eggs off the board out there. I don't like those zeros. Daniel Linder with the pitch. Hernandez pops it up. Who's got it? Because it's right in the sunshine. Nobody's going to make a play. There it drops in. And look at there. Johnson goes to second. Diekman stays at third because the ball was unpredictable. That ball was straight up, and nobody could predict where it was going to come down. So bases are loaded. Wait and see if that's an error. I don't know. What do you think? Is that an error?
Oh, I don't know. It certainly wasn't an easy play, like you said, with this ball up there in the sun, but...
That's an error. That should have been caught.
Yeah.
A fly ball to the infield should have been caught. But who are you going to charge it to?
Good question.
I don't know. So we'll see how this works. Like I said, that's not our problem. Like that. Anyway, right now we have nobody out and the base is loaded. So this is an infield fly situation.
Yeah.
Okay. That was not, because there was no force at third base. So here we go. Let's see what Linder does here. Top of the order, huh? Cronell with a shot to left that will be caught, and a run scored. So Sundbyberg scores their second run. Wickman scores from third base there on what will be scored a sacrifice fly by Victor Cronell. So we got one out, runners at first and second, and the big man Nicholas Malin up at the plate. All right, that was some standard baseball. It was a good catch. That ball was right into the sun.
Yeah, it feels like we're watching some Sundbyberg baseball with some unpredictable plays and some hits and some sacrifice flies and getting people on base.
Yeah, August Matson did a good job out there with the sunshine right in his face.
Yeah, there's only so much you can do.
Malin hits a high fly ball. Now what's going to happen now? That's an infield fly. Yes, it's been called. The batter's out. And here we've got a problem. Okay, Sundbyberg is getting in the rundown, and he's out at third. Okay, that was the typical baseball play right there we're talking about. That was an infield fly. The batter was out. There is no force. But the runner on first advanced and took second base.
Yeah.
And the runner who had left second tried to go back to second base.
Yeah.
Both runners correct, but not, somebody wasn't paying attention. So Sundbyberg's runner is put out in a rundown at third, and that means we go down with 2-run scores. So now it's 10-2 after 4 innings, and we move to the top of the 5th. All right, we'll be back in just a minute. Alrighty, we're back here. It's now the top of the 5th inning. Is the scoreboard advanced like it's supposed to be here? And you can put a score 0. Yeah, there we go. First pitch from Schellis is a ball down in the dirt. Johan Shellstrom still pitching. This will be his 2nd inning here. There's a swing and a fly ball to center field. Will it be caught? You know what? They can't see it.
No, they just can't.
Victor Cronell was there, but he didn't make a play.
No, you could tell, even from here, that he was not getting a good read on that ball up in the sun.
Yeah, so that was the leadoff batter in the inning. And that brings up Mr. Hendra Brown, am I right? Yeah. So Johan Traberg gets on base on a dropped ball there. That should also be scored an error. That was a regular play. Huh. Well, my strategy now is just to hit fly balls to left center field. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, I would do that every time.
Yeah.
Just hit it there.
Hit bloopers to left field. They can't catch it.
Just
Can't
hit
see
it. Just hit the ball if it were only so easy.
Kumbrov moves outside for that pitch. This guy's a big hitter. They don't want to pitch anything to him that he can hit, but at this point, you have to. You can't pitch around somebody when you're down by 8 runs.
No. Oof.
And see, Henry Brown
That is the third batter that Johan Källström
hit my
hits.
pitch. He made no attempt to get out of the way of that ball, and I think the umpire should say something to him about it or do something about it. You have to. The rule says you must attempt to move.
Yeah, that's true.
But
That's true, but that pitch was coming square at him,
that pitch
too.
was right in the middle of his back. Yeah, so we won't say too much about that. I would have moved because it hurts.
It definitely hurts.
Maybe he's just so tough. He didn't care. Yeah.
Jonathan Schön is up to bat with a first pitch ball.
So Leksand's got runners on first and second here, and nobody out. There's a good pitch, called strike. Jonathan Schön here. And there's a ball hit to left center field. Look at there, like I said, fly ball to center field. Victor Cronell chases it down and throws coming in, but it's wide. It gets away from Ramirez there. Kumbrov backs him up and makes a play. So we get a run in. And the batter goes to second base on the play. That brings up another pitcher. Coach is coming out. Pitcher change. Okay, so Johan Källström is done for today. He gave up a run there and left a couple of runners on base. He hit, what was it, 3 batters? Is that right?
Yeah, 3 batters in total.
Yeah. That's going to cost you, you know. So, momentarily, some fine baseball. Is Ramirez to be the pitcher? Yes, Yanni Ramirez, third baseman, will be pitching now. And we'll have a new third baseman come out of the dugout in a minute. Yep. 12. Who's 12? Leonard Bergstrom. Leonard Bergstrom goes to third base. Who's in left field? Can you see a number out there?
Oh, let's take a look, see if he turns around a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll have to get back to you with that.
Yeah. I haven't seen Ramirez pitch. I haven't seen Ramirez pitch this year. I do know he throws hard.
Yeah?
Yeah, if you're a third baseman, you throw the ball hard.
Well,
Yeah.
we've seen people throw balls hard today. What we have not seen is a lot of people throw that ball with a lot of control.
But I think what we're seeing here is a strategy by Sundbyberg. I think they've pretty well released all hope on this game at this point. It's 11-2 in the 5th inning. We have another game. And we have more pitchers. I think we're just going to wait for a while before we send one of our regulars in there. I may be wrong. Ramirez might be considered one of the pitchers.
Left field. Philip goes one.
Okay, I understand. Okay, here's the shift of the lineup then. Third baseman, Yanni Ramirez comes in to pitch. Left fielder Leonard Bergstrom goes to third base. And designated hitter Philip Geisler goes into left field, which keeps him in the batting lineup. So Källström, the pitcher who left the game, will not then have, nobody has a slot in the order then. So the batting order hasn't changed at all. That was an interesting shift. Daniel Linder, the batter, he hits the first pitch to right field. It's caught for an out. And here comes the run, the score. Look at that. The throw to third base was a one hopper there by Alexander Wiekman. That was quite a throw. Did you see that?
Sure did.
He stopped the runner from advancing. So that's the first out. Daniel Linder on sacrifice fly to right field and a run scores. 12-2. Leksand. I gotta tell you, that was a throw.
Yeah, definitely was the right throw to make as well.
Yeah, he kept that runner at second base. Kept it from advancing.
Absolutely.
That was an Ichiro toss, man. Batter's hit by pitch.
Yeah.
Ramirez hits one in the foot there. That's a... It always hurts to get hit. The foot is especially bad. There's so many little bones down there. No meat. Yeah.
No meat on those bones.
Yeah, so Kevin Kios goes to first base on a hit by pitch. So we've got runners on first and second with one out, infield fly situation again. And the batter, number 3, Malik Sterner. Shortstop here. He made a good play, a couple of good plays in the last inning. Called strike one. Yeah. Yeah, I believe that's the second time that the Sterner was hit by pitch, yeah. Or was Sterner.
Sterner was up to bat right now.
Kios also as well, I think.
Yeah. I think
we should be counting. I mean, there's been a bunch.
Lots of bruises.
And there's a fly ball to shallow left field. Guys are coming in.
Makes the catch.
For the second out. Nice play. That ball was not an infield fly. It was not ruled an infield fly. And that's one of those, boy, things can happen on that short, because that's the ball in the sun. We talked about it. Who's up? Villamoon. Adam Villamoon. Who hits one down the right line, but it's foul. Adam fouls it off down the right side. Strike one. See the shortstop sneaking in there behind the runner?
Oh, yeah.
Hernandez playing a little game out there. Villamu takes the second pitch for a strike.
That's 0-2.
0-2. 2 outs now. And it hits him in the back. Doggone it. Everyone's got bruises now, man.
Yeah, everybody's... You're going to be running out of Tiger Balm out in the clubhouse today, I feel like.
Mm-hmm. So Ramirez has loaded the bases now. There are 2 outs. It brings up the top of the order, Koba. Koba was hit by pitches last time up.
I think almost everybody was at this point.
It'll look like a bunch of bananas out there with all these bruises.
Yeah, bruises, bananas.
Yeah. Ramirez's first pitch was down, a little bit low for a ball. Oh, strike. Pitch on the inside corner. That's a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ramirez, a little bit wild now. That's 3. That one was outside. Make him hit it. All 4. So Ramirez has walked in a run. That makes it 13-2. To Leksand.
We're only halfway through.
And the number 2 hitter, number 2, August Matson. Safe to say that August Madsen was hit by a pitch in his last time up. Not really. I don't think we can joke about that. But
No, you don't want to joke about it, of course, but it's...
I believe Madsen hit the ball into play. It was put out. Yeah, there's a strike. That's a good pitch.
You don't want to joke about it, of course, but it definitely has been going around.
Yeah. That's a ball. That was a close pitch. 1-1. Come on, Senpan. Pull it together here. Come from behind. Ball is inside. 2-1. I can't see the scoreboard that clearly from here. There's a post in the way. Yeah. There's a single up the middle. Well, that'll score another run.
Sure will.
And another one coming home. Villemou scores easily. Look at that. Fastest guy in the world. So Madsen singles in 2 runs there. That brings up the catcher. Johan Klarberg. Johan Sellstrom up here with us in the booth after pitching a little stint out there. You did okay there.
Yeah,
Hit a couple of guys.
got my fly balls.
Yeah, a couple of fly balls, yeah.
Can't catch them though.
There's a foul behind the plate, but it is out of play. You got a little help from Victor there with Timo, I mean, with that catch on that foul ball.
Mm-hmm. Nice
That was
catch.
fantastic. Nice play.
That one's right.
It's fun to get to see you pitch. I know all the guys out there.
Huh.
The old guys.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Ooh, there's a hard hit ball to right. And it is gone.
Oh, there you go.
So, August Madsen. No, how are we looking at here?
Klarberg.
Johan Klarberg with a 3-run shot. Home run to right field off Yanni Ramirez. And that makes the score a really big number to a really little number there. 18 to 2.
Yeah.
Well, this is really unlike Sundbyberg. But there's good news. There's another game after this one.
Chance for
we
revenge.
start off with the score tied again. Yeah.
Exactly.
And I'm pretty sure Sundbyberg will put the heat on them.
No pun intended.
Yeah. Boy, Johan Klarberg hit all of that ball. That was fun to see, but it was the wrong team. Look at there.
There's
It's a
another
hard
good
hit ball to right, just over Leo's head. Geisler picks it up and gets it back. So, can't get that third out, guys.
No, it's frustrating to be stuck at 2 outs for such a long time.
Yeah.
Trying to get that one thing to shut down the inning and just not coming.
So we're looking at Jonathan Schur again. And that puts Hendra Brown on first. Ramirez, first pitch for a strike. The ball bounces for a ball there, so 1-1. Ooh, there's a hard hit ball to right. Drops in for a single. Viekman over there and fires a rocket into second base to hold Hendra Brown. And that brings up Danny Linder. A one-legged pitcher today.
Yeah, I was gonna ask how we think his legs treating him
He's
right
tough
now.
to hang in there this long. Look at that. Pitched a great game. He got hit early in the game with a sharply hit ball back to the mound. Caught him just under the kneecap there. So he stayed in there and has pitched well. So the first pitch is down in the dirt, ball 1. 2 outs. We got to get this last out, fellas. There's a ball hit to second base. It's picked up there and thrown for the out. So Linder grounds out for the third out. Leksand scores a big 8 runs in that inning. That makes the score 18-2. Takes us to the bottom of the 5th inning. We'll be back. All right, we're back here. This will be the bottom of the 5th inning, right?
Yep, that's right.
Who's up? Leo Beckstrom is now our 3rd baseman. Leo got a clean hit his last time up, a hard hit ball. First pitch from Linder's outside, ball 1. There's a swing and a miss. 1-1. So actually, you know everybody's name now, right?
Definitely not. I'm looking at a bunch of numbers and a bunch of sheets, and I'm trying to put names to faces and names to numbers, and it's going so right now.
Beckstrom flies out to right field for the first out. So far, Johan, in this game, so far in this game, the first batter for Leksand in every inning has gotten on base. Every inning, and that we talk about. Is
that good?
That's bad. Yeah, that's bad. Yeah. Philip Geisler pulls the first ball down the line, foul there. I want to see Philip hit one of those down the line as well.
100%.
Yeah.
That's what we all came here to see, anyway.
Philip's got 5 doubles on the year, so he can hit the ball in the gaps.
Yeah, I believe that's more than anybody else on the team.
He does. He drives the ball, yeah. Swing and a miss there, right? Linder's pitch, and he swings and hits a weak grounder to first, and he's put out on the plate. So, the first 2 batters go down, and that will bring up the pitcher, Ramirez. Here's the pitch, and Ramirez takes it for a ball. So we need a run here, huh, to stay alive.
We need a couple.
We need 2 runs to stay alive. That pitch was up and in, ball 2. The Mercy rule says, 15-run lead after 5 complete innings, and the game is stopped.
Right now, we're seeing that Leksand has a lead of 16 runs.
It's leaning that way, isn't it? Yeah, so Leksand is about to cut this game short here, unless we get a couple runs. How can I stop that? Here's the pitch. Ramirez fouls it back.
We're sitting here with our fingers in our ears again, waiting for that ball to drop on our heads.
Must have gone over us. I want a net like they have in some of the stadiums they can catch them with, you know. All right, ball 4. Ramirez gets on base, so try and keep things alive here. That brings up our catcher, right? No, wait. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, no. No.
Who's this?
Yes. Kumbarov. I'm looking at Alexander Weekman, who's limping on and off the field there.
Yeah.
You know, he made a dive on a play early in the game trying to catch
trying to catch that ball out in right field.
Yeah, I think he hurt himself there. I mean, stayed in the game. So.
He didn't look too happy. He was lying there on the grass for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, he's got a tender spot on a foot or so.
He got back up. I feel like a lot of people in this game have got some tender spots after the first game.
So first pitch to Kumbarov is a strike.
We're going to see how those tender spots treat him in the second.
I'm tender all over. Yeah. Called strike 2. I think Timo wanted to pull the trigger on that one, but just.
So we are down to the one final strike here.
All right, let's see if he gets his pitch here. And he fouls that one off. Stay alive. Broke his bat.
Huh.
Yeah, that ball was in on a handle. Broke his bat, so he'll have to get a new bat. So Daniel Linder saws one off there for a foul and 2 strikes on the hitter. 2 outs. Runner on first. Sundbyberg trying to stay alive. They're about to get packed away if they don't do it.
Yeah, it is do or die right now, but I think, like you said.
Kumbarov lays off that one on a check swing.
Yeah, I think, like you said, a lot of the focus has been shifted to the second game at this point. It's hard
I think so.
it's hard to think that this is salvageable at this point.
Never, ever give up.
That's true. It is baseball after all.
Yeah.
And that is strike 3.
So the umpire gives him the outside corner there, and it's strike 3, and this game is over. So game 1 goes to Leksand, 18-2. Sundbyberg with 2 runs on 5 hits and 2 errors. Leksand, 18 runs on 9 hits and 3 errors. Now, Axel, let's talk about this before we turn off and take a break.
We got some extra time, I feel it's fair to say.
Yeah. So, do you credit Leksand with just banging in 18 runs?
Well, you've got to think about the pitching in this game. There were a lot of batters hit by pitch by Leksand pitchers, and a lot of guys who, like we said, first pitcher got on base every single inning from Leksand. So it's hard to say that it was brilliant hitting in this game. I think that it's got to come down to defense on the Sundbyberg side not doing what it's supposed to do, and pitching not doing what it's supposed to do.
Remember, we saw some critical balls dropped due to sunshine.
Yeah, and when we had Shellstrom in the booth here, he was a little bit salty about that, but he also said that they should have caught those anyway. So, but that's his reaction. Obviously, he wants to keep his. But to his credit, he was the only pitcher who pitched an inning, the 4th inning, where Leksand didn't score any runs. So he might be salty, but kudos to Johan.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And we saw a home run in that big 5th inning as well.
We sure did.
A 3-run homer to right field, and so they can definitely hit the ball and drive in the runs. I think, like you said, it was more a matter of taking an advantage of pitching problems. We'll call it that.
And there was that when in that big 5th inning where for at least 4 of the runs, Sundbyberg was at 2 outs. Three or four runs, and that's I mean, it's tough. It's tough to know that if you would have pitched a strike back then, or if you would have caught that ball back then, maybe it would only have been a 4-run inning and not an 8-run inning. But you got to live with it.
I think also we can look at the first inning. Nick Subia had a rough start, and I think that that can change the tone of the entire game. The team went out there charged up to win and play, and all of a sudden you get put in the hole. What can you say? And Nick just couldn't find the strike zone, and they took him out with just only after having made 1 out.
Yeah, a lot of players focus on late innings of the game, or a lot of fans really focus on the late innings of the game, but the first innings are just as crucial in winning a game, because most runs happen in the first half. And if you look here, you had 6 runs in the first, 2 runs in the second, 2 runs in the third. That's 10 runs, and it's hard to come back after that mentally. Tell you this,
next time you see Nick Subia pitch, it'll be a different story.
Yeah, I bet.
Guaranteed. So we'll take a break and come back with game number 2 in just a little bit.